Amsterdam Kaddish, and of course I take the title from Alan's Kaddish, which he wrote for his mother, and which in itself is, as I'm sure most of you know, it's a prayer. And in Jewish tradition for a very, very long time now, although nowhere in that Kaddish is the word death mentioned, but it is something that is traditionally recited for someone who has died. Anyway, Alan's Kaddish, this is Amsterdam Kaddish. As I said, I wrote it shortly after he died, but I didn't get it published for another 10 years. I didn't want to do that right away, because so many people were rushing into print with poems for Alan, and I'm a little bit like Groucho Marx. I don't want to belong to any club that would have me as a member. And at any rate, there's a reference in the beginning to Hail Bob, so I'll just tell you that Hail Bob was a great comet of 1997, past perihelion, that's the closest point to the Earth's sun. On April 1st of that year, 1997, Allen Ginsberg died 4 days later. So, Alan, you finally hail-bopped out of here, sailed off into the timeless mind frame you've been writing and chanting toward all your adult-born days, this lifetime around. And you did it, I know, without benefit of comment. But were you perchance aware, I wonder, that super cyber king Tim Leary had arranged for his ashes to get shot into orbit, like some kooky kind of Spanish space helmet? Somehow, I am now reminded of the time you turned to me and said, downstairs in the ins and outs waiting room gallery before leaving my long since lost Empire building, Eddie, you know as well as I do, there's no such thing as cause and effect. Then you kissed me on the lips and shook hands with my girlfriend. And Peter Orlovsky, who for 3 hours sat on the office floor weaving baskets, while you and I ranted our eruditions at each other with so-so Ben Posset looking bemusedly on. Peter, padded, barefoot, out the door onto snow and ice, saying, "Goodbye, Woods," in that stiff, upper-back, clean asshole and smiling vegetable voice of his. That was a nice meeting, Alan, as were the ones before and after. Times we boozelessly shared nasi gorings at Bono's, the screen print signing at the Cannon Gallery, you already with a bad heart, and Ben and I wrangling over the rights to your signature, much to your compassionate dismay, I'm sure. Or better yet, that grand reading at the Cosmos, the one you never knew, not then, thank God, the whole truth about. You, Peter, Stephen Taylor, and Mr. Gregory, reincarnation of Catullus Corso, his boozed up, smacked out, utterly disreputable self and lovable person. And you told Gregory only days before either he straightened up PDQ pretty damn quick or shipped the hell out. Because no way you would go on stage with him, the lyrical beat brat of a bard, no damn way if he stayed in that condition. Well, Gregory straightened up all right, only on the very night it all went down, he called on, he called out to me across the still empty hall that would soon fill to brimming, called out with sweet, pleading, cold turkey poise, "Eddie, oh Eddie, oh Eddie, oh." And yes, Alan, I did indeed slip him the ball of opium that perhaps pulled all of you through that magnificent performance. You howling with strong maturity of serene gray years, Gregory winking his way along the mischievous lines of the marriage poem, Peter sternly sounding off his good fucks with Denise and such, followed in time by Eddie, rhythmically dropping names in a footnote to history. Sail on, dearest Alan. on through all glorious bardos, to beauty of total universe and endlessness of light, of smiling infinities and bliss beyond dreaming. It is for history to say if you were a great poet, but I know for sure that you were a truly sincere one, gifted with grace of intellect to pierce into the heart core of most meaningful mind mantras. In short, a great soul all wise lovers will forever feel connected to.